Happy Monday. It's been a lot longer than I usually take to give them their full third grade name tags. However, I am going to do it today, this morning, because I'm just crazy like that. So I'm going to go ahead and put these on their desks, and I move all their desks around, which is going to take me probably about 20 minutes, and I have like 30 until they get here. So happy Monday. We're going to do this quick, move everything around and see how it goes. "15 minutes. Ha! Beat my own time. Normally it takes me 20. So all the desks are rearranged, which, no, to you, they still look exactly the same because it's still 4 per group, but different kids in different groups because, again, we are focused on quiet transitions and working quietly, working independently, and we're really trying to hone in this week on quietly working independently. I had a couple chitty chit chatters last week, so I had moved them around so I can really get them to focus on that quiet independent work when necessary. So we're gonna get that done. We have some readers coming in this morning. We have a review for our math test tomorrow, so not a lot of math going on today. Well, a lot of math, but not new math, just review stuff. We are on working in Benchmark again. We're continuing with our informative explanatory essay. We are also focused on comparing, contrasting different texts, and more phonics. We're working, reviewing again our long vowel sounds. So I had put up a game, just on the fly teacher game. I put up the 4 columns for long A, whether it was A, vowel team AI, vowel team AY, or VCE, long A sounds with the magic E, silent E, whatever you guys call it, making the A say its name. So I put up 4 columns. We had to come up with 5 for each column, which is 20 kids, which would be 20 kids. I only have 17, so everybody was able to give me one and try to participate. The friends, who may be struggling or need a little help, I just helped them along or called on them first and kind of gave them the VCE pattern, which is a little bit easier than the vowel teams. So we did that, and then my reading consultant was in here at the time, and she kind of jumped in and co-taught with me, which was really cool. I love that. But she was like, oh, so what are you noticing about, I think it was laid, paid, made, what are you noticing about those words? My kids were like, oh, they're rhyming words. She's like, okay, so if you're struggling, try to replace the first sound and keep the ending rhyme. So we were able to, to get the struggling kids through that. And my higher kids were like, boom, boom, boom. But what I do is I close a column. So once we have all 5 words, I close that column so they can't give me any more of those words. So it gets a little bit more tricky as we go along. So that was really fun. They had a blast with that. It was like 10 minutes, but I turned it into fun instead of just, this is an AI word, this is an AY word, AI, they say A. But, I tried not to make it monotonous. I tried to make it more fun. So they had a good time with that, and my consultant was like loving it. She thought it was cool. Well, at least I think she thought it was cool. If you're watching this, you let me know what you think. It really was. But love you, girl. Thanks for coming in. So we had a good time with that. So we're going to continue. I think today's long U. We're just going through the week. We have a day off this week, so that's kind of nice. Give us a little break. We'll have a half day next week and a day off the following week. So October gives us a lot to do, but a little bit of time to do it. Not like only this much time, but a little less time than we would normally have. So overall, everything's going very well. We're going to start Monday fresh, start it new. Readers coming in, like I said this morning, so this is going to be cool. It's a nice little gift for them, a little gift of downtime, right? And then that's it. So we're going to just go ahead and get started. I'm going to open my email now. Kids will come in 3 minutes, but that's okay. Everything is just pop, 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 open, tabs open, and let's get the day started. Happy Monday. Happy end of day Monday. We did a lot today. We were focused in reading more on finding key details that help explain and support the main idea. We also had an inferencing lesson today. So instead of them being separate lessons, because we were continuing to read the same text that we were using for both lessons, it just started to kind of put them together. And I think for Benchmark, that's where I'm going to kind of catch up time, have some catch up time and end up with some maybe free time even after, because what I'm noticing is, and I've said this before with like, it's like the ebb and flow where you won't have time for everything throughout the day, no matter what you do. Just because this is the first year that we're using it, so the kids aren't as ready to be there, you know, they're not as, what's the word I'm looking for? I do this all the time. Prepared, that's not the right word, but we'll go with it. They're not as prepared for the intensity of some of these lessons and the amount of work that has to be done with some of these lessons. So where we're losing time, I'm also finding other catch-up time, so I think this will work out pretty well. Today it seemed to work out just fine. Tomorrow we're right on track for our first unit, second week, lesson 3. So we're right on track with that, which is great. I have a couple things to print before I leave, but I'm going to do that before I leave because I don't want to do it in the morning. My drawers are all set. I showed you that on Friday. Those were all done. We're taking our first math unit assessment tomorrow, so I'm going to give the kids some extra time, not a lot of extra time, but I'm going to give them a little extra time so we can make sure that they're really focusing on what needs to be done, really kind of honing in on those signs, whether it's addition or subtraction, with or without regrouping, and just really like focus on the vocabulary. That's one thing that we were kind of really honing in on as we were teaching it the last 4 weeks. So let's hope they do well. I know most of my kids will. Some of them might have a little trouble with the reading. If they do, I will just read it to them. I don't think it's fair if kids have to sit there and just sit there because they don't or they can't read the question when math is numbers. So if there's a little bit of trouble, I'll just read them the question out loud. No, hints, no tricks, no tips, no nothing. Just simply read the question as if they were reading it themselves, and then they'll do the work. Overall, I think they'll do pretty well. Like I said, most of my class is pretty much there with me, so I think they'll do pretty well, but we'll find out tomorrow. Any kids that are absent or any kids that need a little extra time because it's the first whole unit assessment, I will play catch up on Wednesday and let them finish up. After that, we're going to jump into unit 2 and we'll start that on Friday. So we'll see how this goes. I think they're doing pretty well so far. Reading, math, writing, we're getting it all done. We're getting it together and we're just working through. So very chatty day today, but very good quality work day today. So happy day. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Today's going to be a great day. So much stress from just like personal stuff going on and just a crazy morning, but I'm here and I made it and we're good to go. So we're just gonna smile through it, stay positive, and get there. We're just gonna get there. It's 9 o'clock, so the kids come in like 15 minutes ish. I'm getting it all together. I've got all my books laid out, my plans laid out, math test today. So again, like I said yesterday, I'm gonna give them a little extra time if they need it. And then we'll take a little downtime, a little break after math before we have snacks. So they'll get, lots of work, hard work, stay focused, and then they'll get a little break after that. And then reading, we're doing verbs today, so that's going to be a fun grammar lesson. And then we are continuing on with our workbook with Benchmark. So we're focused on our informative explanatory essay still, which it runs for 3 weeks. So next week we'll actually start diving into writing the essay. We're doing notes from a video source, notes from print sources, and collecting all of our information from our 2 short reads and our extended read that we finished yesterday. And then we'll put it all together for an essay next week. So stay tuned for that. This is going to be pretty intense because right now our writing stamina is like out there. So we're going to work on it little by little, but next week we'll get it done. It'll be fine. In the meantime, here I am, ready to go. Happy Tuesday. Okay, today was weird. Do you ever just have days where things are a little off, or things just aren't really going your way, or you're trying to teach and all of a sudden you don't even know where you are? Like, I don't mean literally, obviously I know where I am, but it was just like we were going through the motions, but we weren't quite getting to the end result of the lesson or what we needed, or I don't know. It was just weird. My music teacher came in for special today, and I said, I greeted him, and I said, we're just having a weird day. He goes, good weird or bad weird? I was like, I don't really know how to explain it. I mean, it could have been because we're out of routine, because we had our math test and it was our first big math test. So maybe some friends were like a little more chatty because we didn't follow the strict, core math, SRBI math, like that routine. We still did SRBI, but it wasn't the exact math routine. So that could have thrown us off a little. Some friends were like super chatty today that aren't normally talkers. So that was a little weird. I mean, it was just a weird day. It was fine. Like, I mean, I'm happy, I'm smiling, and, the end of the day is positive, but definitely funky. So just throwing that out there. Got everything we needed to get done, which was great. Writing went well. Tomorrow we are starting our graphic organizer for our essays. So we'll start with the information we need in the introduction. This is only having them start with a 4-paragraph essay in 3rd grade instead of jumping right into a 5, which is great because our writing stamina is nowhere near it should be for 3rd grade, because we focus on writing before, but with our old curriculum when we were doing Lucy, we didn't have as much writing as we could have or should have had. So while we were still doing writing, plenty of it, it wasn't consistent and like continual writing like it should have been, or like it needs to be for this curriculum, I should say, not what it should have been, what it needs to be for this curriculum. So tomorrow we will start this. We should be starting and finishing it tomorrow, but we may not get there. I at least want to get half of it done. Super important. We'll talk again about what an introduction is, what it looks like, what the information should be in there, and then we will jump right into the first body paragraph. Then we have the second body and the conclusion. So hopefully we can get that to work for us tomorrow. If anything, I really want to just focus on that and get that done because we have Thursday off. So I want to kind of make sure that that's there and that's done. In the meantime, I have 2 things I need to do today before I leave on my computer. And then tomorrow morning, I told my music teacher that he can come in. I'm going to show him how to do something out of the ordinary, not something that he needs to know for school, but just something that I know how to do with the computer with some technology. So I'm just going to share some tips and tricks with him. So he's going to come in the morning. So if I don't see you in the morning, that's why. I'm meeting with him and helping him out. Otherwise, happy end of day Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday, off on Thursday, and then Friday, then the weekend. We got this. Good afternoon. Happy Wednesday. Told you I wasn't going to get on here this morning, but I'm on here now. We started our intro to multiplication today. So one thing I wanted to show you that I like to add, I used to have them printed on like bold letters, and then I laminated them. Don't know where those went. Probably when I moved to kindergarten 2 years ago when they needed me in kindergarten, probably gave them to one of the other 3rd grade teachers. But I had the rows and columns for multiplication. I always have them up in our room. So because we started intro to multiplication today, I've now added them here. And I just use bulletin board letters. Pretty simple. So you see how they interconnect right here? So I always use the O as the same, because then they can see that the rows, the word is going side to side. and your columns, the word is going up and down. So it's a good visual, it's a quick visual. Bulletin board letters, super simple, or you can print and laminate like I had done prior to, but that's a cute little easy, quick reference for helping them build and make arrays. Also, I don't still have my first anchor chart. It was a wreck. And now normally I'd be like, it's okay, just like make an anchor chart like this one. Not the best for rounding, not the greatest, but does it get the point across? Yes. Does it need to be perfect? No. But tomorrow we're going to be working in with our word map. So I went ahead and made it today. So now we have a nice pretty one for multiplication. So we talk about the different ways: repeated addition, skip counting, equal groups, and building arrays. So it was all quick introduction today. That's going to be for tomorrow. For Friday, because we have tomorrow off. But I like to get it done ahead of time when I can. So I took a quick 5 minutes and just threw it together. Yeah, it's much better than the original one, and it's much cuter, but it doesn't always need to be cute and pretty. Subtraction with regrouping. Simple, basic, done. And guess what? They can see it, they can use it when they need to. It's there, it's done, it's easy. End of day Wednesday, we made it. Printing out a couple of certificates. Some of my kids finished some Math I Know It lessons and got the 100%, so they are getting their certificates. I'm printing those now. I'm also going to be printing the Lexia. I had one friend level up on Lexia, which is great. They are now on level 16, fully into 3rd grade. Level 15 is 3rd grade. Level 16 is fully into 3rd grade. So we're working on doing our best, staying focused and getting done. And he was very proud of himself at the end of the day, and I was so happy for him. So we are focused on that. And then I have 2 other students that need instruction, which means they're stuck on something and the lessons that they're getting are not, the Lexia lessons that they're getting are not bringing them back to where they need to be. So it's not really helping. So what I do is I go ahead and I print the lesson. I give it to my tutors and my paras that come in to help during reading time, and they work on that to help deliver that lesson for me, which is great because having them as extra support. One is a retired teacher and one is just the most phenomenal person I've ever met. And so they both women do a lot of work, and they do a lot of hard work, which is awesome and really appreciative. So with that, I just go ahead and print this out for them. And then they work on that throughout the times that they're in here, the periods that they're in here with me. Otherwise, the day went good. We had double prep today, so that always throws them off, but they were actually really good during writing time. So during writing time, we had to do a lot of focused sentence by sentence, long, detailed descriptions, starting our informative explanatory essay. So we filled out our map today, and we had to do the introduction, the first body paragraph, the second body paragraph. So I was teaching them how to note take in their maps, in their graphic organizers, their essay maps, and they got the idea of how to do it, but we did do it as a whole class, especially because it's the first one. And again, this is a new curriculum for them, so to just say, here's the directions, go ahead and do it, that's not fair. That's not going to help your kids. So we went ahead and did it all together. We'll work on the conclusion next week, and then we will start actually writing, full-on writing out our essays next week, because we will finish Unit 1, Week 3 by, we have 5 days next week? 5 days with a half day. So by Friday, we'll be finished, got a bug in here, little gnat, with Unit 1, Week 3. And then the following week, we'll start into Unit 2. So hopefully they're getting it. I mean, essay writing is a big process and it takes a lot, but Benchmark does start in 3rd grade with only 4 paragraph essays, so it's only 2 main ideas with examples. So that was nice, instead of just bringing on the whole 5 paragraph essay and jumping into that. I do kind of want to put up the writing process, like the big pencil that you can print. It has the, the pink eraser, and then the pre-writing, or drafting, pre-writing set, in each one as it goes. I've had it printed before. Again, when I went to kindergarten, I probably gave it to the other third grade teachers, so somebody probably has it, but if they're using it, I don't want to take it back, so I'll probably just get it printed through our copy center again. There are some on TPT for free. I had just made mine because I like to just craft anyway, so I just kind of go on, type it up, and make it myself. But overall, great day. Yeah, it's 4:30. I'm still here, but it's okay. I'm leaving right now, heading out the building, because I have 2 reminders on my phone that just reminded me I need to pick up some photos. There's student photos for my bulletin board, for our book recommendations, and I also need to go get my flu shot. So I gotta go right now. But anyway, great day. Happy Wednesday, no school Thursday. Hey y'all, happy Friday. My coworker bought this shirt and she didn't like this one either, so she gave it to me. She's getting free shirts left and right. I love it. Thank you. So I also got some yummy, delicious cupcakes. Treats. Yummy. Probably be eating both of those after school today. But I'm currently focused on one of my students who's struggling with some R-controlled vowels. So with Benchmark, we have tons of intervention books, tons of things that we could do. So what I did was I had my reading tutor go through. She's a retired teacher, so she's probably knows way more than I do. I mean, definitively knows way more than I do. So I had her go through these books. She's going to do some small lessons with that one student. So I had her go through these here. She found some AR, IR, OR, long, short, ER, some syllable patterns, some just like word sorts, some things like that. So I'm going to send those to our copy center so she can get started with those next week. Hopefully those one-on-one lessons will help the student improve. The student is also seen by our reading department. So at the end of our day, when we go into our SRBI groups, this student gets pulled, with a reading teacher as well. So one small group there, one small group during our reading time, or one-on-one intervention during our reading time, we definitely think will be most helpful. I'm so appreciative that I have the support and I have the other teachers here with me to help me out with this. I am going to be pulling this student as I can throughout our small groups at the end of the day, if they are not pulled by reading. So sometimes there's meetings and other things, or if like a teacher is absent. So if the reading teacher is not pulling, I will pull that student and work on this directly. So like 3 triple dips with hopes that they can overcome the R-controlled struggle that they're working with. Super duper grateful for the teachers, super duper grateful for Benchmark to have all of this other intervention. I also have another student who's really focused on main idea and details. I have a couple students like that, but one specifically was stuck on a Lexia lesson. So I printed the Lexia lesson, gave it to my reading tutor, and so she went through our comprehension and found a couple mini lessons for this student in there, so she's going to work on those as well. So that's what I'm going to do now. It's lunchtime. I have a laundry list of things to do during lunch because I'm not staying after school today. It's Friday. I want to go home and see my kid, my husband, so I want to get there. I'm going to do all of this now during lunch, zoom right through it. I got to put up my bulletin board for October. It's due today, so I have to grade their book recommendations rubric with the rubric, and then I will print those and put their book recommendations out on the board with their pictures of them holding their books. It was just a little cute addition, so it says like books we can read, or books we think you should read, whatever I decide to title it for Halloween. Boo, get it? Cute, right? I know. Thank you. Anyway, gonna go through that laundry list of things and hopefully be able to leave here after school. 4 o'clock, Friday afternoon, Friday. Leaving, bulletin board's done. Only one friend did not do a book recommendation, and that's because that friend is a newcomer, so goes to EL like 2 times a day, and then works with one of my tutors during reading. So I will just have said friend do it next week and put it up. But the new board is done, and I'm gone. Happy Friday.